All right, so let's get right into what I want to talk about with this new EV. This is incredible. So, they're calling this the Charger Daytona SRT Banshee.
This is the Charger Daytona SRT Banshee.
And I just cannot stand that name Banshee, number one. And number two, my blood pressure almost went through the roof when they announced that they were going to be calling this a Charger Daytona. As a Daytona owner, most of the people that have watched my channel for years know that this channel is based on a Daytona. I had a Daytona 392 for 3 years, and now I have this current Daytona Hellcat that I've had for over 2.5 years. So, I'm just a Daytona guy. It's just, to me, it's just something that I feel that is a trademark of my channel. Having an actual Daytona is what I feel I have to have on this channel, at least one, even if I move on to something else. So to hear that they're calling this new EV a Charger Daytona, and yes, I get it. They're going back to the olden days. The Charger was initially 2 doors. A lot of older folk today they will bash this 4-door Charger, saying, "Oh, it's not a real Charger. It's not a real Charger. A Charger was 2 doors." I understand that, but at the same time, the Daytona, as he said, was legendary.
The original Charger Daytona was legendary.
He said that in the video. When it first came out back in 1969, the Daytona was created to compete and dominate in NASCAR, and it did. All right, it did so well that they banned it from NASCAR.
Now, lucky for us, we did this over 50 years ago. So successfully, in fact, that we were banned from racing.
So the Daytona, has that legacy. It has that heritage. It has that name. It has that reputation of it's always the highest trim. I've always loved that Daytona name, all right, and just what comes along with it. The interior, even here in this Daytona Hellcat, it came fully loaded with everything. The suede package, sunroof. You cannot get a Daytona Hellcat without the full package, the carbon fiber, suede, Alcantara everywhere. So the car is definitely something that, I don't know, as far as the look of it, I would have to say it's like it has a mediocre look. Most of that watch my channel, I am not into 2-door cars. I've said it numerous times. I did a video, I think, when I had my Daytona 392, and it was basically why I chose a Charger over a Challenger. 2-door cars do not really do it for me, unless it's like some Lamborghini where the doors go up. Maybe then I would be okay with it. But, just to have a 2-door car, me, 6'3", 235, 240, could I fit in the 2-door car? I'm sure I could, but it's just not me. So that's already a strike right there when it comes to this new EV, other than it being, of course, an EV. And you cannot compare an EV. You already know the sound. You cannot compare the sound of an EV to an internal combustion engine. They try to make it sound like it's supposed to be aggressive. It just sounds computerized. You can just hear how computerized it is. He talks about the modes, the different modes that this car has, the donut mode, slam mode, some other modes he talks about. But I just want to talk about the actual, the physics of this car. To me, he claims it's more aerodynamic. I don't see that. He shows this older car, and he shows this current wide body. And yes, this current wide body 100% is definitely more aerodynamic than that older car. And then he says the new EV is 25% more aerodynamic than this. I can't find a way to believe that. I just can't. Yes, it's an EV, so you would never know. There would be no way to prove it's more aerodynamic or it's not, because it's just going to take off. Yes, we all know he didn't go over numbers. He didn't really go over pricing. So it's just tough to kind of make a decision if you can't really get those things. And the main thing is I just don't see myself going EV. If I do go EV, it would be some small commuter car that is gas efficient, that's going to save me money when it comes to maybe not using this down the line, way down the line. But to have an actual electric muscle car, it'd be kind of hard for me to kind of even think about that. I don't know. I don't want to just say 100% no, and then I end up, this car grows on me. That's the thing. Do these cars grow on you? Like you'll hate a song, but you'll end up humming this song. You'll end up subconsciously singing this song. You're like, what am I doing? Like, why am I singing this song? These songs on the radio, they grow on you. No matter how much we hate them, they just start to grow on you. You find yourself humming or singing this song subconsciously without you even realizing you're singing this song. So it's like, things grow on you. I want to give this car the benefit of the doubt that maybe it could grow on me, but I don't know. I don't care for two-door cars, number one, and that's number one. So it's gonna be hard. If they'd have made a four-door, maybe, just maybe, I would have been a little bit more interested. If they'd have made a four-door, that probably would have piqued me a little bit more. It would have got my attention a little bit more had they have made it four doors. That may have gotten my attention. Maybe with four doors with two more doors, a little bit with the doors just visually, maybe not making it longer, but it would have made it a little bit more attractive as far as what I like, as far as a four-door muscle car, a sedan. I like sedans. I'm not a guy that's into coupes, like I said, unless it's a Lamborghini or something like that, something that would be cool to have where the doors go up. Two doors that go up, that's cool. But I've never cared for two doors. I've said it on my videos for years, numerous times. Challenger, Charger. I'm choosing Charger. I'm not choosing a Challenger. I just don't care for two doors. Overall, I would have to say the profile of the car looks okay. After I kept looking at it, it looks okay. The front is pretty cool. The back is it's a little strange, and the rims are okay. So it's just like too many okays. It's not really like check, and it's just overall just to know, like, I'm telling you right now, this has to be the proudest I've ever been to own a Hellcat, to own this internal combustion engine Hellcat. This has been the proudest. I can't remember if I felt this proud when I first got this car. I think I did, but just to know that this is what I have, and what they showed you is what's coming, and that's what the future is, and I still have a piece of this history. I was driving home the other night. This was night two. This was after night two, and I was on the highway, and I was just thinking, and I'm looking at some of these cars on the highway, and just the way this car stands out on the road, it's like nothing other. It's like, it took me a while to see anything that was remotely aggressive looking on the road. It's like 98% of the cars are just mediocre. Not to be disrespectful, but that's just what it is. Most of the cars on the road are just commuters. A car like this is in the top 1% as far as power, sheer just aggression, just commands respect. It's just something special when you drive these cars. There's something special about them, and I just can't find myself having that same special feeling with an EV. I tried to, I'm listening to this thing and how it sounds. You can just hear how computerized it sounds, how artificial it sounds, how fake. We know it's fake. It just sounds like something from it sounds like a transformer, if you ask me. It just sounds like too digital. It's like, I don't know if that's the thing. Was it not really fully opened up? Like when you're actually driving the car and you're actually getting up into the upper speeds, will it start to amplify, and will it start to sound better than what they were just doing when it was just, I guess the computer, can the computer be tricked into making it sound very, because he said the decimals, or whatever, I can't remember the number he used, 20 something, I don't know, I can't remember what he used, but he said the decimals are as loud as Hellcat loud. So this loud, my Hellcat, I guess at full throttle when I'm on the highway and I got this thing fully opened up in track mode, as loud as this is stock, I'm assuming that's how loud that EV can be, and of course it'll be a digital sound as loud as that. It'll be a digital sounding as loud as this. They say it's a concept. We don't know if that will be the final look. Most of it looks like it could be the final look. They may tweak certain things, but to me, why are you showing me a concept? At this point, this should be the full, how this car looks when you show it to me that night is how it should look when I buy it, or when it's ready for purchase, when it's ready to be purchased, when it's ready to go on the production line to be sold. Why are you still showing me right now a concept car? We should be well past the concept stages. Like right now, this car should be ready to go. All right. And so right now it's just a little disturbing just to know we still really don't know what this car will really look like. Yeah, we saw it last night, but will that be it? Will it be tweaked? Will it look slightly different? Will I start to like it a little bit more? Probably not. It still will probably just have just two doors, number one. So that's not going to change. It's not that they're going to, all of a sudden put four doors on it. Will they come up with an EV that's four doors? That's a performance, e-muscle car, maybe, and then, I don't know. As of now, like I said, it's just, I'm on the fence. I don't care for two-door cars. So that's just my biggest gripe. And then number two, it being the EV, already it's not something that I'm happy about. And you know, that sound that you heard does not match this sound. You know, maybe, you know, in these three levels, these three power levels, you know, I'm assuming, like I said, RT 392 and a Hellcat out of the three, and the top one, you know, being the fastest, I'm assuming it will have more power. You know, it's, you know, most EVs are. I don't see why this Dodge would not have more power. So, you know, we'll see what happens when he decides to tell us what the power is. But I just feel overall, I can't get myself up to going out to buy this thing. I can't. You know, I just can't. You know, what I just, you know, if I got that car, it would be strictly for content on this channel. It would be strictly for content. It would be a car that I'm using for work. It would be like for this YouTube channel. It would be strictly just to use to show people what it's about, you know. And I would lease it. I wouldn't even finance that car. I would lease that car for 3 years, and you know, and who knows if I can keep it 3 years, and I would give that car back, you know, unless something just triggered in me and I just really fell in love with this car, which I know wouldn't happen, and I kept it. But the only reason, the only far-fetched fluke way I would get that car is for content for this channel. That would be the only way, and this would still be here. This Daytona Hellcat would still be here as my actual main car, and that would just be a side car just to put videos out, just to test it, just to see how it is. Maybe, who knows. That's a long stretch, but that would be the only reason why I would get that car, for a business opportunity for YouTube, you know, to grow my channel, to you know, to help my channel, you know, get something new on the channel. I don't know. That would be the only reason. You know, I thought about that, but other than that, just to have it, just to have it because I want it, because I really like that. No, absolutely not. Like I said, had it have been 4 doors, I may be singing a different note right now, maybe. But you know, this is the future. So, you know, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm gonna end with this. 2023, which is coming up in a few months, is going to be the hardest. I've said it in videos before, the hardest year of your life if you want one of these cars. I already saw a guy right now, I think one of these guys I'm following on Instagram, and I don't know if he works for a dealership, and he posted a picture, and I think he said something like his dealership and I think some other dealerships are asking for $10,000 down, like a $10,000 down payment, just to be to secure your Hellcat in 2023, and it locks you in when you put the 10K down. And I think the prices were, I think for a Hellcat 80 to 90, or 90 to 100 or something like that, and red eyes would be for 2023 would be 90 to 110, or to 90 to 120,000, something like that. Basically, in other words, you have to put 10K down. These dealerships, the markups are going to be through the roof. You're going to have to put at least 10 grand down. They won't be trying to, you know, trade something in, unless you got a trade in that's worth that amount. You know, it's the only thing I can think of. But if not, if you have no money down, if you have no trade in, they look for it. It's almost like every dealership, once they centralize, I'm telling you right now, once these dealerships centralize, meaning once they all get together on the same page and they say, hey, listen, we do it, you do it, she does it, he does, and then when everybody's doing it, when all these dealerships centralize and get on the same page, you can't go shopping around, because they know they do that to benefit each other, because they know you know, you can't leave them and go somewhere else. So once they centralize, and if they get on board with this, in every dealership for the last year of this Hellcat and these 392s and these Hemis of 2023, and they say, hey, listen, for a Hellcat, $10,000 down. For a 392, $6,000 down. 7K down. You know, to lock your car in. Period. And that's the only way. And then, you know, of course, you got to get approved. Your credit's got to be good. You got to show, you know, you got money to pay this. You know, you guys already know. When you get a car, you got to show, hey, listen, you know, you can withstand this. You can maintain this. You're making the money to be able to, you know, to pay for this, and to not have this be, you know, because it's a liability when, you know, when these banks approve you. So, you know, these dealerships have to get you approved. So, you know, that's, I'm telling you, it's and not only is it going to be hard just with the money down. I'd say people don't have that money, you know, and most people don't have 10K just laying around. I'm just going to be honest with you. And then at the end of the day, it's just going to be hard, period, because the markups are going to be through the roof, and just the specialty of those cars, you know, how they, who they choose to give it to, who they choose to allow to be able to put 10,000 down. You know, the first people with first dibs, you know, family of this and friends of this. So it's going to be to that point to where it's going to be real hard. It's going to be real hard. I'm telling you, it's going to be real hard. I told I told you in that video that I made back in 2021, all right, over like almost like a year ago. If you don't get a Hellcat at the end of 2021 or all of 2022, it's going to be harder and harder to get one in 2023. I said it. I've said it already. I've been saying this almost 2 years ago. All right, it's been almost 2. I've been saying this before this. So I'm telling you now, if you want one of these cars, you better jump on one now. And I'm telling you, it's still almost like it's kind of like too late. If you just going in trying to use your credit and maybe put a little money down, like you may can find a spot that is allowing that. But you know, for the most part, most of these dealerships, they know exactly how special these cars are going to be for the last year, so they're going to be doing everything they can to make it hard for for you to get it. They're going to make money off these cars. I'm telling you right now, and they know this is the last opportunity they get to make money off these cars, so they are not going to just give them away. They know how special these cars are. They know how rare they are, and they're going to make it extremely hard for you to get these cars. So that's pretty much what I want to say about that. So just think about it, figure out what you want to do. I'm keeping mine. I have not been more proud to be a Hellcat owner than I have been within these last 2 days after seeing these videos of what the future is. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I want to thank you guys for all the engagement. I want to thank you guys for all the support and all the new people coming in, and I appreciate you guys.